At Christmas, I was working a double shift in the ER. While I was restarting A Stranger's Heart, my family was breaking my daughter's. She came home to an empty house, and I came home to the truth. What I did next made my mother collapse in the driveway. I got home at 1 a.m., hands still shaking from losing a patient. First thing I saw, my 15-year-old daughter Maya asleep on the floor. Not the couch, the floor, wrapped in her coat like she was camping. Her overnight bag sat by the door, still zipped. The cookies she'd spent 2 days baking, sitting on the counter, untouched, still wrapped in the ribbon she picked out. She wasn't supposed to be here. She was supposed to be at my parents' house for their annual Christmas Eve dinner. 43 people, catered food, matching pajamas for the grandkids. Maya drove herself for the first time, practiced parallel parking for a week, bought a $40 candle for my mother with babysitting money. I woke her up. She flinched. Mom, she whispered. Grandma said I wasn't on the list. The list, my mother's famous seating chart. I asked what happened. Maya said she got there early, walked in with her cookies and her candle, and my mother looked at her like she was a door-to-door salesman. Said, "Oh, I didn't realize you were coming." 43 place settings. Not one had her name. My sister Danielle's kids had personalized stockings above the fireplace. Maya asked where hers was. My mother laughed and said, "Sweetie, we can't keep track of everyone." Maya sat in the hallway for an hour. No one offered her a plate. No one said Merry Christmas. Finally, my father told her she should probably head home before it got too dark. She drove 40 minutes back in silence, ate cereal alone, and fell asleep on the floor because she said the couch felt too big. She didn't even cry telling me, just kept blinking and apologizing like she did something wrong. Here's what my family doesn't know. I paid for that house. Every payment for 12 years. I paid for my father's surgery, my mother's medications, Danielle's divorce lawyer. Exposed wires needed fixing. I wrote the check. Danielle's son needed braces. I wrote the check. Last year I gave them $19,000. Total over the year, $247,000. But my daughter wasn't worth a chair. I didn't yell. I didn't call. I waited until December 27th and sent a certified letter. In it was an itemized invoice. Every dollar I'd spent. Every payment, every emergency, every just this once. At the bottom, consider this my notice. The house transfers back to me in 90 days. Sincerely, the ATM. My mother called screaming at 6 a.m. Said I was heartless, cruel, destroying the family. I said, "You made my daughter eat cereal alone on Christmas while your other grandchildren wore matching pajamas. You destroyed this family. I'm just closing the account." She showed up in my driveway, waving the letter, sobbing that she'd lose everything. She actually collapsed on the concrete. Real dramatic. I watched through the window, then I closed the blinds. Danielle tried guilt, then threats, then begging. I didn't flinch. 3 months later, my parents moved into a studio apartment with a hot plate and a shared laundry room. Danielle won't speak to me. The cousins do, though. 2 of them sent me receipts of the things my mother bragged about buying while struggling. Maya's in therapy now, getting better. Last Christmas, just the 2 of us, she made pancakes shaped like trees. She laughed for the first time in months, said it was the best Christmas she'd ever had. My mother still calls sometimes, still cries about losing everything. I don't answer. She's right about one thing, though. She did lose everything, but she didn't lose it. She threw it away, and I just stopped picking it up.